What makes us who we are is that we're an outcome-driven organization. We're always trying to ask ourselves, how will this benefit Minnesota in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years?
Decisions get made on behalf of the public all the time, and our job is to bring the best evidence, bring the best research, and bring the best persuasive arguments as to how we can move our economy to a clean energy future.
But ultimately, the outcomes we're all trying to achieve is the same. What can we do to reduce our energy use and reduce the environmental footprint of our energy use? So the private sector just happens to do it at a much larger scale. And so one company can make a decision that can be the equivalent to decisions made by thousands of homeowners.
If you look at the wind maps in this area, we're one of the highest wind areas in Minnesota, probably at least in the top 2. And that's why these turbines came here.
You can take your local restaurants and your little gas stations in town, they were just kind of hovering along, just barely getting by. When these guys rolled in, their profits tenfold.
They use the grocery store, they use the hardware store, the rest of it for stuff that they need for the towers. They use the post office for bringing stuff in, use the lumber store. I think just about everybody in this town profits from it.
We've drawn back young talent that would have been out of our area. They've come back and built houses actually in our community. And again, their children would be in our schools, all because policy allowed that to happen.
The industry's given me and my family quite an opportunity. It's given me an opportunity to stay in the community that I was born and raised in.
I believe this vision we had as early as 1990 is where the world is going, and we're headed in the right direction now.
Wind is the cheapest energy there is now because of the policy that has driven that. And they're trying to do the same for solar now, which is great because I love solar. I love solar. It's, no moving parts. I mean, who can be against that? It's just so simple. I just love it. Well, the most obvious, of course, is the solar panels on the roof. A closed-loop geothermal system for the HVAC. Also pushes our in-floor heat in the basement. Got an on-demand water heater. Electric riding lawnmower, which is kind of cool.
One particular aspect of what Fresh Energy is working on now is with electric vehicles. So electrifying our whole transportation fleet, whether it is public transport in the Twin Cities and the metro region or individual cars that people drive. Because combining that is where the future is, with smart grids that keep track of where power is produced, where power is stored, and when power is used, and matches it up.
What brought me around to this was the kids being born. Like, it's not just me anymore. It's not just us. It's the children now. The people at Fresh Energy, they get it. And not only do they get it, they're the experts. They're actively driving smart policy.
Fresh Energy really brings the fresh perspective. It's energy that is affordable, that is going to be abundant, that is going to be addressing issues of energy equity, and that will also protect people and the planet in every facet.
Every single year in the past 24 years, we've passed new laws, new rules to move the clean energy economy forward.
What drives us so hard at Fresh Energy is wonderful kids with infinite potential. And we need to be able to tell those kids, we did everything we could to fight global warming, and it worked.